All right. What an endeavor. I don't think I've had that much stress trying to get this camera to work in such a long time. Now I'm hoping the sound works. It looks like the sound works. All right. We are set up for success, finally. Yes. Let me close the other windows. There. Well, just going to give it a minute. Curtis, welcome. Just going to give it a minute to let everybody else in the chat join in. One Coco 64, welcome. Yes, I'm so glad this finally works. I just spent an hour trying to fix the camera. I almost quit, and out of nowhere it started working. So I don't know what the deal is with this thing. My belt, yeah, I like my belt. It's a heavy duty military style tactical belt. Luke and Mom, yes. I had a little bit of trouble with my camera. I don't know what was going on. Usually just always works. I plug it in and it turns on. So no clue. Yeah, I just went and had to go feed Pooh Bear real quick. So he was waiting for me. We was out working in the blacksmith shop a little bit, cleaning up. We had some tidying up to do. And I'm hoping to finish the interior before the winter so I can put away all the screws and be able to have a neat shop back. It's kind of a chaos still, but I put out one more shelf today. Couldn't do too much work. I'm a little bit tired the last couple of days. I've been a little bit exhausted. Waiting on everybody here real quick. We're going to give this a couple of minutes. Got a couple of people that were kind of disappointed at there's like 10 live chats that didn't work out. But unfortunately, I'll turn the camera around a little bit. There we go. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties there earlier. Hoping the sound is good. How's the sound? Sound seems to be good here. I see it's registering on my sound bar. Oh man, I'm tired. That's really got the best of me there, that camera. I rebooted the computer like 5 times. Yes, okay, cool. All right. We get the tinfoil hat. I think we should wear this. All right. Yeah. My Jeep t-shirt. I just got rid of my Jeep actually, which is kind of sad, but yeah, I got rid of my Jeep and all my Jeep parts. I have an enormous amount of space in the basement now. I'm so excited. A corner to put more stuff. Yes, the mighty tinfoil helmet. Let's see what we got here. Oh, and a guitar that's halfway tuned. It's got a lot of dust on it. That means it's antique. This guitar, oh my God. Yeah, if you want to see this, it's cool. If you see these 2 screws, don't be alarmed. This guitar was in the dumpster. And I don't know if I saved much of anything here. This looks kind of dangerous, but yeah, I have to fix that. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to improve I don't know how I'm going to fix that, but this guitar's about had it. This is something this is one of the guitars that I have that I just drag around. It's the worst when modern technology won't cooperate. Yeah, and it's as simple too as just plug it in and go, you know? It's like it's not even complicated technology. It's a USB camera. Let's see if we can get it to tune. It's gonna blow up any second. Wow. Well, Moncoco 64, a regular guitar. What would you say is a regular? Does it look like this one, like that with an acoustic guitar, with steel strings, or with this is nylon strings? But this guitar here is actually it's out of the junk, as you can see. There's a big gap there, and I put two big old bolts through the bridge. Pooh, what are you doing? Pooh's having a good moment over there. He just had his dinner, and he's all excited, rolling around on his bed now. Well, I don't know. You'd have to just look up the make of the model. If it's an expensive guitar, usually inside the sound hole there'll be like the make and models. The sticker will be in there, and you can look that up on the internet and see about what they run, and then you could probably judge by the condition of your guitar what you want to what you would like to sell it for. A Morgan guitar, yeah, it's probably not a real big fancy one, but just look it up on the internet, what they run new, and judging by the shape, if it's used, you know, knock off maybe 25% and then put it up for sale. So. Oh my. I haven't played guitar in a long time. It's just something to doodle around with here. Anyway, how is everybody doing tonight? Yeah, I can't get this to tune. This is as stretching as I tune it, and I'm afraid this thing's gonna whip off and destroy everything. So I don't know. I probably should put this one away. Mm-hmm. This is this. Yeah, I'm going to put this down before this thing whoops me in the face. So, all right, I don't think I have one guitar. Actually, I lied. Yeah. This is a real nice one. Pooh, put that away. Pooh found his take this off, sweating. Pooh, come here. Bring here. Yeah, come here, Pooh. Come here. Aus. Give that Platz. He found his Bjornmungander snake. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, Pooh likes to be in the center of attention. Kind of a little bit out of tune. So, yes, we could use the tinfoil helmet to extract chugga. I had a towel or something laying around here. This thing is grossly disgusting. We use Pooh Bear's toy. I just use my t-shirt here real quick. There we go. Yeah, I like this guitar. Yeah, this is a real expensive one. I have a bunch of expensive guitars. Just a shame I don't get the. I have a lot of time that I just don't get the. I just don't sit down and play them. That's the reason. It's really. I have too many other things to do that make me money that I have to do. I'm going to open this beer because I think it's hard, well deserved. Skull. The Red Rock, Southern Utah. Well, that's pretty cool. I guess people were enjoying the countryside there as tourists. That's pretty cool. First snow. Yeah, we're looking probably the temperature has dropped here some actually as well. I'm going to take a guess that our first snow is probably going to be end of next month. We still have lots of trees that still have leaves on them. But up towards the east of Germany, the winter's already kicked in pretty much. All the trees have already turned fall colors. And we're just now slowly starting to get that here. Yeah, we're trying to prepare for the winter. I really didn't pay attention to what was going on in the world like I probably should have. I didn't make as much firewood this year as I had planned to because of dozens of reasons that I got put off from that. Usually I have a good 2-year supply, but I'm going to have to pay for that dearly. So it's skull. I'm going to have to pay for that dearly this year. I'm going to have to work a little harder to earn some extra money for firewood because it's going to be like 4 times the price if I can even get some. That was the wrong answer on the game show. Calling for snow, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know about the winter this year. A lot of people are saying they're going to freeze. I've got some firewood, but yeah, I don't know if you guys have been catching what's going on in Germany. It's just one big mess. One big mess. The gas companies, one after the next, are saying they're going to be shutting down because the power grid, they're going to be shutting off the gas to be able to make electricity. And then you have the electric companies are saying we're going to shut off because we can't keep the electricity on for a certain amount of time. We don't have enough gas. And then the politicians are saying we have enough gas. Don't worry. It's crazy. So I don't know. But I would be okay if the electricity goes out for a short while, because there's nothing too critical in the house that requires electricity for me to survive in here. The running water would probably be very crucial to know that if the electricity is going to be going out. I have plenty of bottled water, but some of the tap water, I would bleach the bathtub real quickly and fill the bathtub with water so that I at least have a couple extra 200 liters of water just ready, because you never know how long that might happen. If the power is out for a couple days, yeah, there won't be any running water and no sewers. That's what a lot of people don't realize. How are you going to keep the poop from coming back out the toilet? I have a special invention. It's called the Plunger Master 5000. Runs on solar power. You just stick it in and plug it in the solar. Yeah, that's funny. I think I should invent something like that. That's a marketing scam right there. Yeah, I really was looking into buying a complete solar panel, a solar energy system for the shop, but one expense after the other just kept bashing my bank account this last 6 months, and so I'm really trying to get $10,000 so I can pay off my loan, and then I'll be buying a lot of cool stuff if next year works out. Since we're going to be opening a new business, we're going to be spending a lot of money. That every cent that we make extra now is going back into the business. I just bought a second van, exactly like the one I have now, so I can we can tune that one up for Vanessa's business for the falconry. She's going to have a big van so she can put the birds in the back, and so she can take Pooh Bear around places when I have to go. I'm planning a trip to Norway in December, and I really like to not have to worry about Pooh Bear. I mean, I probably could take him with me, but it'd be one big, terrible pain in the butt because he's not a very simple travel companion. And so that would really, I'm trying to do that, trying to get the shop squared away, working on the house a little bit, and power. There's a standalone solar power battery bank for about €2,500. I could put solar panels on the roof of the workshop and run my Starlink internet system right off of the workshop, and we could do live streams while I forge there right in the workshop all day, which was one of my really big goals, with multiple cameras at one time. But I really have to, I really have to work on that because I have no idea how to set that up. And it's just kind of like my next big goal for the next summer, I probably think. But so many things that are coming up that are on the to-do lists that are more important. Hello, Matthias. Welcome. Germanic pagan patch just tuned in. Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty well. I'm hanging in there. Staying busy and trying not to get burnt out by this YouTube burnout machine here. Yeah, Luke and Mom, that'd be awesome. If you could get what's called an IBC tank, and preferably one that had from an industrial place that had only alcohol in it. So it's food safe, and it has the food safe stamp on it. You know, the little cup with a knife and a fork on the side of it. That means it's food grade plastic, and it won't put any polymer, PTF, plastic, nasty plastic stuff that gets in your water. And you want to make sure it's food safe. Get an IBC tank, and if you can find one, that's the black ones. They use them in the industrial field a lot for alcohol, which I have one in mine. They're about $120, but then they come in like a cage, and you can actually put that up just slightly elevated to all the sources of water in your house. Fill it up with water, and it'll gravity feed most of your water supply. You just have to keep the water that goes in from having, like if it's rainwater, you have to filter it somehow and keep it sealed up so there's no gaps to where the water goes in, because you can get nasty things in there like mice and birds and insects, and they'll screw up your water, pollute your water up really bad. What we got here? Oh, sleds. Yeah, you must be up where there's lots of snow. Dino. I haven't. I don't think we'll be looking at sleds here too soon. But if the gas prices, if the fuel prices keep rising the way they are, then we'll be looking at walking a lot late. And people will be like, oh, just get horses. I don't think the people... That's a Bitburger. It's a classical German... It's a standard, beer. When I'm at home, I don't mind having, a beer too. But that's really, I'm not going anywhere tonight. I plan on, just safely staying here in the comfort of my wood stove heated living room with Pooh Bear. Vanessa went to her log cabin, went out to her cabin out an hour away from here to go take care of that and meet a friend tonight that she hadn't seen in a while. And she's studying hard for a test next week. Everybody thumbs up for that. We got Vanessa's going to take her Falconer test next week, and I'm really, really hoping that's going to go well. It's extremely difficult to study. It's so much information. Guns N' Roses. Yeah, I just pick it up, once in a while. Mine's all like dusty and disgusting. My pants look like I've been walking through the attic now. But this is probably the only guitar that I have to I don't want to jinx myself, now knock on wood, that the strings haven't busted off of. I had a jam session the other day, actually, sitting on the couch like a Thursday, Friday late last week. I like to turn on the old rock and roll, Ozzy Osbourne, and jam along all the old Metallica Kill 'Em All. Used to play all those in my band, actually, and it's a lot of fun. I forget how much I enjoy it because I'm so distracted by the day-to-day madness that when I play guitar, I'm like, why do I forget that I enjoy this a lot? Black Sabbath on the acoustic guitar. I don't know what happens. We got the Iron Man. Yeah, that's a little bit of a knockoff there. Man of War. Yeah, that's funny. What's that song? Warriors of the World. I don't know. I can't even sing it in my head. Screw that all up. Yeah, it's just a little tune there and here. Yeah, what have I been doing? What have I been up to this week? I was just outside working a lot. Been trying to pack up my bees for the winter. There's a couple of small problems that I'm dealing with. One of my colony, actually two of my colonies, decided to kick out the queen, or the queen decided to leave. I'm not sure which of the other. And my colonies were queenless. So I was worried because it's very late in the year and there was hardly any drones left, any male bees, for the bees to be able to make a queen, and that queen be able to go on a mating flight, come back and lay new eggs so that the bees can make winter bees. Difference between summer and winter bees is that the summer bees, they don't last 2 weeks because they work themselves to death. They work themselves to death, and they don't have a fat layer on their body. And the winter bees actually they acquire a small fat layer, and all they do is just survive the colony until the next spring. So that's really, something I was worried about. So now I have one colony that I have to really check out this weekend. And if I can't, they had a queen, they made a new one, and it just didn't work out, I guess. I don't know. You open the lid, they're angry. And it was one of my favorite colonies, which really, it's not really depressing a little bit. But in worst case, I'll split that colony in half. I'll give some of the bees to one of my colonies that's really, really, really not going to make it. There's just a handful of bees in there. And the queen is, I'm not real happy with that colony because they're really aggressive. And I'll split the other half into another colony, and then I'll just, and that'll be the best solution probably. Yeah, we'll see. I'll have to do that this weekend. My favorite wood varnish. Well, I use linseed oil a lot. I use a linseed oil quite often, and for most of my wood varnish, I don't use the tint or anything that changes the color unnaturally because it has chemicals in it that I don't like. But there are some halfway safe that come. There's some oils that are natural as well. They're very, very expensive, though. That's why I don't like them. Linseed oil has grown rather expensive lately here as well. Trying to buy it here on a German economy, you'd be paying $50 for a little 5-liter cans. That's way too much money. Oh man, you get your car all fixed up now finally? I'm looking, you said something last time we were writing is your car wasn't working out. Yeah, bushcraft skills are a gift too, and especially that you may need those coming up soon. Got no power in my house. No power in my home, no power on the street, no power in the store. Guess those poor fools won't eat. They said it would work out. All I do now is shout. Look at all the lights. All the lights are out. Oh, yeah. Everybody's angry and everybody's poor. No more happy parties in the park for those poor people who believe the government. I don't know. I just had to make up a song. I should make up a real funny song about that. That would be awesome. I'm probably going to go to Gresvik and go say hello to Björn. And I'm going to probably try to make it to Oslo and go to the Viking Ship Museum, which I tried to do last time I was up there. And due to all of the nasty things going on in the world, I didn't make it up there. And I want to go see the stone circles. I want to go see some more of the... I might go to Sweden for a day and see some of the museums up there. I'd like to go up there for about 8 to 10 days. And it's going to take me about 3 days to travel and then stay there for 7 days and 3 days back. So I'm going to stay up there for about 12 to maybe 12, I don't know, maybe about a week, 2 weeks. And this time I'm not planning to build any cabins or do any weird projects. I'm just going to go up there and hang out and like to do some panning for gold, a little bit of metal detecting in some areas, maybe. A lot of filming and just seeing what I can, it's like a Viking Age experience, trying to get to all of the museums that I can possibly get to. And hopefully I really can. This is Beavercraft kit is what I want to buy next because I like to carve me a spoon. Yes, that's probably, I'm looking at, wintertime is usually the time I get into carving because the weather is really bad outside. However, this year, my shop finally has a roof on it, which is really nice. And I figured out why it was leaking last time. I don't know if you guys caught that. It was raining really bad, and I came in my shop, everything was wet. And that was the living quarters. All my furs, my stuff, I was really angry. The tarp had folded over the roof. It had come off of the roof, and it had folded back, and all that rain water came in through there. Because I know at the first, we had like major rain and lightning storms. We didn't get a drop of water in there, and we were sleeping inside there. And I was really, really, really weird. Björnland, yeah. Well, I really have to see because it's going to be very expensive. And like I said, we're saving every penny we have right now to invest in this this project and in the cars. I still have to put a windshield in my van before I go anywhere. The windshield on my van is cracked, and the windshield on this van that I just purchased for a very moderate price is also cracked. So that's why I got it cheap. So I have to practice that. It's not like changing the windshield in a regular car. It's a van windshield. It's kind of huge. It takes about 2 people to lift it on there safely. Well, Moncoco64, thank you. That's a good news to know. If that's the case, that's going to be the case. But I can still go to Norway and have a good time up there. Go say hi to my friend Björn. And probably go see some of the nice things up there. forgot how to play that song. Forgot to play Hotel California. Forgot it. Yeah, it takes a lot of practice. I got to get back into that. This guitar is so dirty. My hands are like disgusting. Gross. How'd that song go? It's I think it's a Journey song. I don't know the words to it. I just know the melody. At least Pooh Bear. Well, that's just one thing. Yep. That's out of tune again. Well, I changed guitars just now. I put the dumpster diving guitar back because I was afraid it would smack me in the face with the strings, because it was the bridge was coming off, and before I play that again, I have to take it all apart and do some more Frankenstein work to it, and then I can probably play it another couple years. One cowboy versus octopus. I don't get the joke there. We have a time over the misty mountainside. Far away over the mountains. Yeah, I like that song. I've been. Have you guys seen the new Lord of the Rings lately? I just finished watching that TV show, and I'm not quite sure what to think of it. Lord of the Tinfoil Helmets. That's awesome. I probably should make a funny little TV series about that. Would 12 minutes. How's that go? Let's see. On a cold old November night, a little baby boy, scared of Yeah, and there was a big Elvis interpreter. Yeah, that's a classic from way back when. I used to play a lot of guitar. Yeah, maybe one day when I'm rich and famous, I can just not have to go to work. I can travel cool places, and we can go all meet up and do cool things. But tough. Look at that. That's funny. I was just talking about that, and I got a notification about a YouTube channel putting up a video about the Lord of the Rings. Isn't that funny? YouTube is listening on an island. And all you have to do to Kurt Cobain is play Nirvana. You don't even have to know any of the words. You just have to know how to play some of the chords. Yeah, that was my Kurt Cobain impression. Oh, see if you guys can get if I can get this one right. Let's see. Oh, here it is. See if I can get it. I gotta remember how to play it. Oh, here you go. Can't remember how to play it. Anyway, that was supposed to be Sanitarium from Metallica. But it's been such a long time since I rock and roll. Okay. How many songs can we butcher tonight? Let's see. So far, every single one. Ah. Another guitar solo. Yep. I have a 12 string and it's back there in the corner and it's broken. And actually, that is the song, that is the guitar to actually use for Stairway to Heaven if you want to play a really, really good cover. I did watch Game of Thrones, and I thought it was a pretty cool show. I watched all seven seasons up to probably the last 5 episodes, and then I had to quit watching it because I just didn't have time, and then I just watched like the last 2 episodes, like the spoiler alert on YouTube. Yeah, I like the Stairway to Heaven. It's just a very technical song, and I have a kind of an interpretation because it has 3 parts actually, and each instrument plays a part. And if you're playing it on a guitar, and you want it to sound kind of the fullness of all 3 parts, you have to add the bass notes into the chords that you play while picking the high notes of the melody, which is what I kind of try to do, and it's really tricky. And it's something that a lot of people tell me, well, you're not playing it right. Well, then yeah, okay. There's a guitar chord version, and then there's a melody version, and then there's a bass version. So you have there's actually three parts to that, and then you have the drums and yeah, the vocals. But it's not that easy. And if you're playing that on a 12 string, then you're really gonna break your fingers. The Last Kingdom. I do think The Last Kingdom is 100 times better than Game of Thrones. I really like that show, and I like the music. The music of The Last Kingdom. I like the mood. I like the mood that it takes you along with. Yeah, Luke and Mum. The Last Kingdom is a film version of a book series. And if you like Viking Age stuff, it's probably worth your time to look at it. It's not very tied to history. There's some historical references in it to some people that lived during that time. It was right around the time of Ragnar Lothbrok, and I believe that's correct. And it plays about a guy who was half Saxon and half Viking, and he grew up in both worlds, and he's torn back and forth between the things that he wants to gain back his homelands that was taken from him as a young man, and he's fighting his whole life to get his old kingdom, his home back, basically. And he's always going on these quests for someone else, and he's getting older, and he's lost a lot of people that he knew. And it's a really good story, really good story, and it's a very emotional story. It's actually really, the show is filmed in such a manner that it really takes you on the story with you. You're just not watching it. The music is very well done. How every time there's a mood set, the music captures you in that scene. That's really good. I like it. And that little bit of music I just played there, that's actually the soundtrack, the main soundtrack song, and it's I really like it. I listen to it sometimes in the workshop. But my radio, I have to take it back to the store. My DeWalt T-Stack boombox, I guess it went boom. It doesn't work anymore. So I have to. Okay, Raventor, good night. See you soon. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for the patience. We had a little bit of technical difficulties tonight, and it's glad to come out and hang out with you guys a little bit. So I've been working on a little bit. So I'm going to put the guitar down now because I think we've had enough of that. I'm going to put it over here. No, wait, just 1 second. I'll put it back properly. Oh, yeah, that didn't work too well. Yeah. There we go. That's when you have too many instruments. The undivided full attention. I'm working on a couple of projects. I'm a little bit behind on my workshop. Took over. There was a guy who took over the company and fired everyone, but I don't remember much of it. Did I miss something? Conversation? Yeah, well, Luke and Mum, I have to admit, I do enjoy the TV show Vikings as well. However, don't get too tied up on what you see there. First of all, that's purely nothing but entertainment. There are some historical names in there and some historical characters, but they are not depicted either historically in any sequence of timeline correctly, or all the costumes you see as well. Those are just costumes. All that leather and everything, that is totally inaccurate, but it's a very good show. If you like action and you like, it's done very well. And my personal favorite is Ragnar Lothbrok. That's my favorite actor, my favorite character from the show. So that's yeah. Monkoko 64. What company are you? What company are you talking about? Because I don't see the rest of the conversations. Floki, yeah. Well, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but Floki, yeah, I do like Floki too. But he's weird. You're gonna see. What you can never do is you can never judge what's going on in his mind, and where his loyalty is in the show, to whom, so it's really good show. Oh, it was a bit random. Okay. Well, I was just wondering to what what reference that was. Spider webs. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's enough of my nonsense today, I think, for a little bit. I decided to tune in because I did get a lot of people crying, hoping I was going to come back to YouTube someday. But I'm here. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. I've been a little bit down lately with all the things going on in the background around YouTube. It's been very tough. But yeah, I'm still here. I'm working really, really hard to get the background sorted so that we can have live streams more often again, and plenty of videos and workshop videos. There'll be a lot of workshop videos coming up this winter, because I'll be doing a lot of inside work. Now I have the opportunity and the possibility to work inside during any weather situation. I'm really glad to have that now, and I worked really hard for that. It's been now like 6 months. I'm finally at a point where the shop it's pretty much complete. I've been tuning up some of the optical errors that I've made here and there, because it's a test and tune kind of thing. I worked on the garage, the double doors a little bit last weekend, and made them look a little nicer. I put all the latches and locks on the inside for the double doors now, so the only way you can technically get in is to the normal one-person door on the entrance there. Yes, Gobbin Bay YouTube, thank you very much for your concern there. Everything is fine so far. It's just a lot of just life. YouTube is not my priority when it comes to trying to get my feet on the ground here, and the things that are going on in the background in my real life, the things that I need to take care of so that I can be here for you guys. And since this is not my day job, at least not yet, maybe in the next couple of years, this will pay off enough to where I can 50% work YouTube and be here at my regular job a little bit. Why a Dino? I don't think you missed much unless you like action movies, Hollywood kind of stuff. And I just enjoy it because it was kind of a classical. I've never seen it before, and it's been around for a while. And then I just got hooked on it, and I binge watched the whole thing. It was exciting. It was something to just dive into and just turn my mind off for a little bit and have a little bit of inspiration. Yeah. One of my big goals in my life is to actually play one of the major characters in a big Viking movie. Yes. And that's what I'm hoping for. Someday I will be able to do that. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, and besides, I have to get my vehicle straight. I got time is I swear time is my worst enemy. It's just if I had all the time of the day to do things the day would have to have 52 hours each day to be able to do all the wonderful things I want to do each day. Well, yeah, they added some, of course they had to have some kind of reference to historical, the idea was there, but it's all it is. It's really just don't take the historical part too serious. If you're going to watch a show, just watch it for the pure entertainment factor, and you'll have a good time, I believe. Well, in the movie, yeah, I could be like the lone berserker on, I don't know, something. I don't see myself playing Ragnar Lothbrok, although he's like one of my favorites. I'd be what I really would like to film is maybe a movie about how Hedeby, the city of Hedeby with the Vikings, the Viking city of Hedeby, Haitabu. You see me make some things on my channel with one of my videos. How that a little bit of around that time frame, and how pagan Vikings, actual real Vikings, came and actually plundered and burnt down Hedeby and destroyed it, because it was the last. Hedeby actually got destroyed by some of the last pagan Vikings, since Hedeby was a major Christian, or it was Christianized by that time, the Viking era, and it was Christianized by that time, the Viking era, and Hedeby was a trade point for the entire world. And due to the Christianization of that trade point, it had the influence of all of the wealthy traders and artisans and craftsmen of the entire modern day world from that time were doing business through Hedeby and through all their ports there. And so it was a very wealthy station of business. And there were craftsmen making, they found stone molds there was Thor's hammer and crosses in the same mold. Someone was capitalizing on the idea of, capitalizing on the idea that anybody can buy whatever pendant they want from whatever god they want. For the Vikings, for the most part, too, Christianization, it was kind of like, since they were not a monotheistic religion in the first place, it was more like, hey, if we can make all this money, and if they allow us in their community, and their traders come here and they bring us riches, and they want us to accept their god, then we'll accept their god. We'll just add it to the ones that we already have. One more, that one more for good luck. Who cares? And a lot of people saw that kind of opportunity as a capitalistic move, also as change and opportunity to become very wealthy, and to kind of gain some of that wealth of that attribute. But on the other hand, you had a lot of people that were forced into Christianity by force, or by their lord of the land, their jarl, or by whoever conquered their in living space. And so that's the other side. And then you had the few and scarce pagan Vikings that were still alive by the time Hedeby was thriving, because it was very late in the Viking age. It's probably already over. It was about, yes, it's about right under the 12th century there, where everything kind of ceased to exist. And yeah, they kind of said, you know what? Screw those guys. We're going to go take their stuff because they've left the old ways and we want what they have. And so what they did is they lit a small ship on fire and pushed it up against the ports. They couldn't just sail up and raid the place because it was very well fortified. And to get to anchor your ship to the shore, you had to get through a double gate to sail through a passageway to get into the port. And so they burnt that down with a ship, and then they went in there, and they weren't prepared for war at all because there was a trading post, and they went in there and pillaged and burnt everything to the ground. And that's how Hedeby came to cease to exist. It's very, very exciting. And for me, very exciting because I can drive up there and actually go there and see those places here in Germany. So it's really cool for me to experience that. What do we got here? Yeah. Sean, I don't know about the video notifications. Really, well, Sean, I don't know. I've been having problems with my internet just today. I probably tried like 10 times to come live onto the internet here. The camera wouldn't work for some reason. I rebooted the computer. I deleted the camera out of the drivers, rebooted them, reloaded them, and all of a sudden I was using another streaming platform, and I open YouTube and the thing pops up. It's like ready to go. I'm like, what? So I don't get it. Flying Phoenix and Sean, yes, welcome. I haven't been able to greet you two. We were just explaining the camera problem. And as far as notifications, I am not sure how that is working with YouTube here. There's a couple of bugs in the YouTube at the moment that are really bugging me. This pun intended, yes. Okay, Moncoco64, I think it's about bedtime to go here in a little bit. I'm going to stay just another couple minutes here because we just had a couple people come on to the chat. And so I'd like to not just like leave when they come in here. That would be kind of frustrating, I can imagine. The potato video. Yeah, I watched that. Potatoes. I have to actually reminded me that my potatoes are ready for harvest as well. I'm glad you made that video. I would have forgotten. Would have had 3 times the amount of potatoes next fall, and I wouldn't know what to do with them. The next day after the stream. Well, Sean, what you can try, I've tried this on some of my channels that I am subscribed to and never get notifications for, is if you go quickly unsubscribe and then resubscribe and click all notifications again, that may sometimes fixes that problem. I'm not sure what kind of complication is causing that, but that's helped me out in the future, in the past. And I don't know if you've seen my latest video. It's where I've made a Hedeby knife. Yeah, thank you, Lugan Mum, for reminding me I have to go get my potatoes out of my my potato bed. A good way to plant potatoes is if you have some kind of wooden boxes that you can stack. Just stack them up too high, put the potatoes in, and when you just pull the box out, there's your potatoes. Real easy. It's one of those trick gardening tricks. Yeah, we also have sweet potatoes, and we've also learned a lot about sweet potatoes this year, is the fact that you can actually make cuttings from the plant of the sweet potato and they'll grow new sweet potato plants, which is really cool. We did some experiments with all the plants that we had this year. We've collected an enormous amount of seeds. It's just no telling if we'll have time to do all the planting and working in the garden that we hope. Yeah, a lot of people here do that with the boxes and the potatoes. They stack them up a certain way, and then you just pull the box up, and there's your potatoes. And then you just, instead of putting them in the ground, if you put them in the ground, those potatoes will actually make so many potatoes that they'll go everywhere. You'll never get rid of them. That's why I put them in a box, and they're kind of like controlled area, and you can harvest them out of there. Filled up my raised beds with new, fresh plant earth these last couple of days because they settle after a while. Mine probably lost about this much volume from all of the material turning into compost underneath there. Several different layers of compost in there. I didn't know you could eat the leaves of sweet potatoes. I didn't know that. But I know potatoes are a nightshade, so you shouldn't be eating anything that the plant. So I don't know about that. I'm not sure if that's a safe thing to do. Wow, cool. Yeah, carrots. We have too many bunny rabbits up there. I think carrots and mice, unless I make another controlled area. The snails, the snails. Let me tell you, the snails destroyed a lot of my crops this year. I have to figure something out. I think I have to make like a little river with a cup of beer so that they swim down to the beer and get stuck in there. I don't know. I have to do something. But they ate up they ate up all of my radishes along with the mice. The mice got in there and they ate my radishes. I was so angry. I like radishes, and I worked really hard to get them just right. Yeah. Well, it's we had a lot of hot summer. I had to put so much water on my garden this year. It was crazy. I was watering about 1,000 liters a week. I planted a lot of trees and moved a lot of trees, so half of that probably went into watering all my trees so that they wouldn't die and start to grow some roots. Oh, that's pretty neat. I'll check that out then. Yeah. Yeah, sweet potatoes. Didn't know that. Okay, well, it's about 11:30 here in Germany. My fireplace needs some refueling so I can have a nice warm house in the morning. Okay, Matthias, I'm probably going to end the live stream so I can go and get ready for tomorrow. I have to put the tinfoil helmet back in its location here. Give little Pooh Bear back his squeaky toy, so he can play with that now. Yeah. All right. Well, after a long endeavor. Oh, okay. Well, we got lots of rain after the summer, unfortunately. I'm really excited to get one new add-on to the camp this fall, and it's going to be expensive, but I really somehow discovered the passion for chestnuts. The chestnut tree, Vanessa was eating those, and she's like, "Oh, it's just, the chestnuts. There's where she's from, back over by where she's got her cabin. There's an alley of really old chestnut trees. With the spiky, prickly pear thing, she didn't get to go, and I've now made an effort to discover all of the chestnut trees here in my town, and so now we know where they're all at, and I picked an entire pail full of them. Yeah, let me tell you, I had to learn some technical moves there to not get prickled by this spiky yeah, how they fall from the tree and the fruit looks like a porcupine. So there's some tricks that I developed. You use your feet to pop them open, and you just pick the chestnuts, or you very carefully and particularly take them out. What we got here? Monetization. Yeah, I need another. I'm almost there, guys. It's monetization is about another 700 watch hours, and it's looking like it's going to be a little bit, because right now I'm trying to focus on keeping this alive, but it's yeah, we'll see. I'll be trying to post another video here and there soon. Yeah, on an open fire. I have a whole bunch, and I'll probably try to go score some more here these next couple of days so I can dry them and keep them this whole winter. They're an excellent survival food because you can keep them for a very long time, for a couple of months at least. And then you can roast them. You can, I don't know. We'll have to see. I've never actually ate chestnuts before. I've tried my first one just earlier today. And Vanessa, usually she said I make them and they're delicious, but she didn't do the correct process. So they were really tough to peel. And so, yeah. And they taste like potatoes a little bit. I don't know. Roman soldiers were fed chestnuts before they went into battle because of all the calories and nutritious they had in there. You have to be careful, Luke and Mom. There's two types of chestnuts. There's the kind that you can eat and the kind that's toxic. The toxic kind, no, the kind that you can eat has long, thin, spiky spikes on the prickly pear, on the fruit on the outside. And when you pop it open, the chestnuts actually have these little fine 3 or 4 hairs sticking out at the end of the chestnut. The type that's poisonous is more like a little round fruit with tiny little spikes, and they're no, it's not like a big rolled up porcupine. And when you pop the chestnut out, it won't have a little peak on it with like fur coming off the bottom. So you got to be real careful. There's the 2 types of chestnut trees that grow, especially in the United States. Yeah, acorns, you have to soak them a little bit to get the tannin solution out, or else you get a really bad stomach ache. You can also bake some kind of bread with them, and coffee. If it ends up to be where there's no more coffee, you can make a kind of coffee out of it. Yeah, but almost there with the monetization now. Really just got to stick with it. If I can make one video a week and maybe a live stream here or there, then I might be able to get the monetization before the end of the year. If I make, yeah, we'll see. Unless I hit that magic, what do you call it? Viral video, 10,000 subscribers. Then I'll probably have it overnight, but that's probably not going to happen. Yeah, you can make coffee out of acorns. There's a lot of, since in Germany, World War II, there were a lot of poor people after the war. And it's one of the things that our grandfathers and grandmothers drank after the war. They didn't have coffee. And the same at the Berlin Wall, the coffee was a commodity, so they had to make something similar to it. And they used acorns. No, I just don't know. There's probably no caffeine in it, but it's still a form of, I guess, refreshment or coffee in the form of where you could drink that, and when you would drink coffee, I don't know. I don't drink coffee, so I wouldn't know. But I'm sure you could probably come up with a way to ingest caffeine into it, because there's all kinds of different natural plants that have caffeine in them. You have to be careful because some of them, the doses are so lethal. You have to be really careful with that. So there's something I got to look into. Yeah, the chestnuts don't grow absolutely at every corner here, because they used to grow along every road, but they've been cut down quite often because they make a mess on the street, and it's become kind of a thing people don't like to see. But we do have lots of oak trees and lots of beech trees, which throw acorns as well. That's what we can make coffee out of. Yeah, and dandelion would work too as a coffee as well. Call it Löwenzahn in German. It also makes great salads. Well, Luke and Mom, if you plant the tree, chestnut tree, it'll be 30, 40 years before you'll be able to pick the first fruit from it. That's why I was just saying, I was looking, that reminds me, I got off track a little bit here. That's why I'm hoping to find a tree that's old enough that I can purchase it, but it's old enough to be planted at the camp so that we can have a tree of our own. Chestnuts would be really cool. But it's, I don't know, that's going to be expensive, a tree like that. And it's going to be very difficult to relocate, but that's only, that's not the reason. That is just an obstacle, not a reason to not do it. Okay, everybody. My voice is saying I need to go take a nap. That's, yeah. So, I'm going to end the stream here. A wonderful hour and a half with you guys. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Yeah, for the future, of course. Plant them in a row somewhere out like towards the very edge of your property. Put them on. I would cultivate them in flower pots until they're about maybe a certain height, and then give them a little stick to keep them straight, and maybe a little piece of wire, and then wrap something around them so the deer doesn't come and bite the tops of the trees off. And that's kind of like instant death for the tree, for those saplings. So, put something around like some chicken wire, maybe about 1.50 meters tall. If you just look in the internet, there's some cool ideas how to protect saplings from being eaten by deer. So everybody, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. That's really nice to hear, Dino. Thank you for being here as well. And I tried really hard, but we got it. Somehow it worked out. So, good night, good day, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in. Like always, stay safe and see you soon.